He's not talking about the happiness that belongs to the pubs and the cinemas and the bars. He's talking about the happiness that belongs to the silent jungles. Buddha says that speak or act out of a pure mind and happiness will follow you. By pure mind, Buddha means your awareness. Here particularly, Buddha is talking about being aware of your actions and speech. See it in your life, whether you are acting out of a conditioned response, that is a mechanical response, or is there some sort of awareness behind your action. If someone comes and insults you, he calls you a fool or some other stupid name, what do? You react right away. You simply give it back to the other person. So there is no interval in which you choose to react. Insult and reaction are closely binded. But once you become aware, you see that there is an interval in which your body prepares itself to react. It gathers some energy to explode. And in that very interval, your blood pressure rises, your body is filled with so many stress hormones. Too much happens in your body. You cannot really contain that energy in that moment. Hence, it is a compulsion for you to react in that moment. Awareness means the very perception of this interval. And when you can really see this interval, when you can really become aware of this interval, then you can choose whether you want to carry forward this process or you want to shut this process right away. This is what awareness is. This is what acting out of an aware mind is. So if you are going to speak or act out of a pure mind, that is an aware mind, you will be rooted in your consciousness. Then some people have insulted you, you won't really get that insult reach to the very core of your being. You will have a shield and armor around you. This is the beauty of awareness. And what is the point of even reacting to that insult? If someone has called you a name, it is just a random thought that popped up in the other person's mind and he could not really contain it. He vomited it out. And now he wants the same reaction from you. And if you are going to react, you will end up in an endless chain of throwing up at each other. And the problem with this thing is that sooner or later you will run out of energy and the other person will also run out of the energy, and then again a second bad trip will start, a guilt trip. So first you suffered when you were reacting, and now you again are suffering when you are going on this guilt trip. So it is double dose of feeling bad about yourself. Why would an aware person do such a thing? This is not to say that you are going to get rid of anger and all these emotions totally. Sometimes anger is needed. It is up to you. If you are becoming angry in your life, then have some sort of awareness behind that anger. Criteria is becoming aware. Criteria is living with awareness. Criteria is not to get rid of the anger. So understand this thing. It is awareness that will give you happiness, not the non-existence of anger that is going to make you happy. So Buddha is not giving you any complex jargons. He is making it very simple. He is saying as long as you will act out of a pure mind, you will always end up in happiness. Happiness will follow you like your shadow, unshakable. He is not interested in talking in any sort of complex jargons. He is telling you that pure mind and happiness are inseparable. They coexist. And remember, when Buddha is talking about happiness, he is not talking about excitement or thrill. He is talking more in the context of peace and contentment. He is not talking about the happiness that belongs to the pubs and the cinemas and the bars. He is talking about the happiness that belongs to the silent jungles. So the essential takeaway point from this Sutra of Buddha is to start becoming more and more aware in your life and finding new ways to respond to a challenge or a situation. Catch yourself every time you are acting out of a conditioned response and get rid of it totally. Right in that moment, find new ways to look at life. And it does not have to be all the complex situations of your life, even the trivial situations. Just getting stuck in a traffic jam, you have a conditioned response of cribbing. of finding fault in the car that is ahead of you. Why is that person not moving his car? He doesn't know how to drive. Instead of doing that, be grateful that at least you are capable of owning a car. Find new ways to look at life in every situation of life. By and by, the awareness will grow, and by you will become more rooted in your consciousness, and these trivial things won't really bother you anymore in your life. And you will know the space of happiness that Buddha is talking about, the silence that Buddha is talking about, the contentment that Buddha is talking about, being rooted that Buddha is talking about. Experiment with this thing and find it out for yourself what Buddha is all about.